Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Counting on alum Jinger Duggar Vuolo is back with a new podcast episode with her husband Jeremy. The two have discussed many parts of their lives before meeting each other. But it seems there are still a lot of things fans didn't know about when Jinger was still filming for their reality show as a child. Keep reading to see Jinger's bizarre stories. Counting on, Jinger Duggar talks about her cousin Amy. One of the topics that Jinger tackled in her latest podcast episode was a story about living close with her cousin Amy. Most family members don't talk about Amy, especially with how she's been trying to expose Jim Bob and the Ibblepeas' wrongdoings. Amy even considers herself the black sheep of the family. But Jinger revealed that Amy still played a significant role in her childhood. According to the Counting on Alum, Amy was studying at a Christian school close to their home, and she would often come over to play at their playground. Jinger said that Amy would often walk to their home during her recess, adding that it was a fun time playing with her throughout their childhood. Jinger recalls bizarre moments during the family's show. The latest episode of Jinger's podcast also features a story from when she was still filming on the family's reality show. Jeremy showed Jinger a clip from the very first episode of their reality show where the kids introduced themselves in order. Jinger said it was the best episode ever, but it also made her recall some bizarre practices that were taught by her mom, Michelle. According to Jinger Duggar Vuolo, they cleaned the house like crazy when they learned that the TLC film crew was about to come. The Counting on Alum added that Michelle had chores for each of her kids. Furthermore, Jinger revealed that her parents would make a game just so some of the kids would follow their rules. This includes a game where they could win a penny if some of them said a specific word first. Jim Bob also offers to pay his kids for cleaning their van. Counting on, Jinger Duggar shares the Code O technique. Jinger Duggar Vuolo also talked about why they were so organized when they made the opening credits for the show. According to the Counting on Alum, they have a command called Code O. She explained that it means a code order where they would fall in line based on their ages. They use the practice everywhere they go. But what makes Jinger's childhood even more memorable was the fact that they had to be in a shuttle bus whenever the family went out. She continued, "So I think that's the fascination. Also, my mom having all of the kids is huge." Jinger also mentioned that being homeschooled was a unique experience, and it seems it's something she doesn't regret. For over a decade, the Duggar family captivated audiences with their ultra-conservative lifestyle, strict religious beliefs, and the reality TV series 19 Kids and Counting Later Counting On. Among the family's most talked about members is Jinger Duggar Vuolo, who has since stepped away from the spotlight and reevaluated many of her upbringing's beliefs. In recent interviews and her memoir, Becoming Free Indeed, Jinger has opened up about some of the strangest, most surreal moments she experienced while filming the family's show. From staged scenes to behind-the-scenes tensions, Jinger's recollections paint a fascinating and sometimes unsettling picture of what life was really like under the TLC cameras. The illusion of perfection, staged scenes, and scripted moments. One of the most jarring revelations from Jinger's reflections is how much of the show was carefully curated to maintain the Duggar family's wholesome image. Everything was planned. Jinger admits that many seemingly spontaneous moments were entirely staged. For example, the infamous budget system dates the show often featured Jim Bob taking his daughters on dates, portraying them as sweet father-daughter bonding moments. In reality, Jinger says these were heavily scripted, with producers dictating conversations to reinforce the family's conservative values. The surprise pregnancy announcements. While the show made it seem like pregnancy reveals were spontaneous, Jinger reveals that most were planned in advance for maximum dramatic effect. The pressure to perform. Jinger recalls feeling immense pressure to always appear cheerful and compliant, even when she disagreed with her family's decisions. "We were told to smile, to act like everything was perfect," she says. But behind the scenes, there was a lot of tension, bizarre rules, and unseen restrictions. The Duggars were known for their strict modesty standards and courtship rules, but Jinger shares that some of the most extreme restrictions were hidden from viewers. No side hugs. Except when cameras rolled, the family famously forbade front hugs before marriage, only allowing side hugs. However, Jinger says that even this rule was sometimes bent for TV. If a scene needed more emotion, suddenly the rules relaxed, but only while filming. She also reveals that some courtship moments were reshot multiple times to appear more appropriate. The mystery of the missing scenes. Jinger hints that several unaired moments would have shocked viewers, including heated family arguments that were edited out to preserve the family's image. One particularly bizarre cutscene involved a family debate over whether watching Little House on the Prairie was too worldly. The dark side of fame, exploitation, and control. While the show brought the Duggars fame and financial success, Jinger now sees how it also enabled deeper control within the family. Jim Bob's iron grip on finances. Jinger confirms rumors that Jim Bob controlled all earnings from the show, even as his adult children continued filming. "We didn't see the money. We were told it was family money, but we had no say in how it was spent." This financial control made it difficult for her and her siblings to leave the show or challenge their parents' authority. The Josh Duggar scandal and the show's downfall. When news broke of Josh Duggar's molestation scandal and later his child pornography charges, Jinger says the family went into full damage control mode. "We were told what to say, how to act. It was like living in a nightmare where the whole world was watching." Breaking free. Jinger's journey away from the show. Jinger's departure from the family's strict beliefs and the show was a gradual process. Meeting Jeremy Vuolo. A turning point. Her courtship and marriage to Jeremy Vuolo exposed her to different perspectives, including more mainstream evangelical beliefs that contrasted with her parents' extreme teachings. "Jeremy encouraged me to think for myself, to question things. That was completely new to me." Becoming free indeed. In her memoir, Jinger details how she deconstructed much of her upbringing, including the harmful teachings of Bill Gothard, whose Institute in Basic Life Principles (IBLP) heavily influenced the Duggars. She also reflects on how reality TV warped her family's dynamics, turning personal struggles into public spectacle. The legacy of 19 kids and counting. Was it worth it? Looking back, Jinger has mixed feelings about her family's time on TV. The good, memorable moments and fan connections. She acknowledges that the show allowed her to meet fans who found inspiration in the Duggar family's story. Some of her favorite memories include traveling for filming and experiencing new places. The bad, exploitation and emotional toll. However, she now sees how the show exploited her family's struggles for entertainment. "We were kids who didn't fully understand what we were signing up for, and by the time we did, it was too late to back out." A new chapter for Jinger. Today, Jinger Vuolo lives a very different life from the one portrayed on 19 Kids and Counting. She and Jeremy are raising their 2 daughters in Los Angeles, far from the strict confines of her Arkansas upbringing. While she doesn't regret her time on the show entirely, she hopes her story serves as a cautionary tale about the dangers of reality TV and the importance of thinking for oneself.